Elon Musk is the wealthiest man alive, with almost $2 billion to his name at the time of making this video. He's a serial entrepreneur, founding and co-founding many successful companies like PayPal, Tesla, SpaceX, or Neuralink, and buying Twitter recently for $44 billion. But how did Elon Musk really get rich? Here's everything you need to know. Unlike most of the famous billionaires of today, Elon Musk made his money in a unique way. He didn't just have one brilliant notion, he had several. And instead of making many smart, secure investments, like most people with money are told to do so, he only made a handful of extraordinary risky ones. Even though it wasn't obvious to many people at the time, there was a method to his madness. Musk was named Time Magazine's 2021 Person of the Year for his impact on the world, which ranged from privately launched space flights to an electric vehicle behemoth that has left the auto industry scrambling to catch up. The total of those bets made Musk the richest man on the planet in 2021. Musk hasn't always held the top spot, though. Early in 2020, his net worth was only a tenth of what it is now, at $25.6 billion, putting him below billionaires like Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg. Elon explained that the secret to his wealth is simple. I own 20% of a company that became very valuable. But it can't be that easy, right? He needed the money to own those assets in the first place. But just like he said, he doesn't have a big secret, and his family background helped a lot. Elon Musk was born into a wealthy family in 1971 in Pretoria, South Africa. His father, Errol, is an engineer, whereas May, his mother, is a Canadian dietitian and model. While Musk and his mother remain close, there are reportedly problems in his connection with his father. However, being born into a wealthy family doesn't mean that Elon isn't talented. He needed both his family's wealth and his own talents to get to where he is today. Elon Musk reportedly had great computer skills when he was younger and created a video game at the ripe age of 12. In order to avoid serving in the military under the apartheid system, he moved to Canada when he was just 17 years old. He first attended Queen's University in Ontario before going to the University of Pennsylvania in the US in 1992. Musk also experienced his first taste of risky business endeavors on Penn's tree-lined campus, where he and a few buddies rented out an off-campus home and converted it into a nightclub. Then it was off to Silicon Valley and briefly graduate school. After enrolling at Stanford for a PhD in physics, Musk left the program after just 2 days. Young businessmen were beginning to believe that the internet, a cutting-edge network of computer connections, would be more than just a place for geeks to hang out, and Musk was willing to take a chance. In the early 90s, that was a huge risk though, as the internet was quite a bit different and more basic than nowadays. In the middle of the 1990s, Musk co-founded Zip2 with his brother Kimball. Zip2 was an online business directory that used maps and web technology to function much like web-enabled Yellow Pages. A nifty idea back in the mid-90s. In 1999, the brothers sold the business for $307 million, with Musk taking home $22 million of the proceeds. Following the sale of Zip2, Elon Musk entered the internet banking and payments industry alongside controversial entrepreneur and libertarian Peter Thiel. The two founded the company that would later become PayPal. Musk was appointed CEO, but the board ousted him a bit later while he was on vacation, replacing him with Thiel in part because of a dispute about changing the company's servers. Musk would subsequently remark, "It's not a good idea to leave the office when there are a lot of major things underway that are causing people a great deal of stress." When PayPal was acquired by eBay for $1.5 billion in October of 2002, he received $180 million for his stake in the company. While Elon Musk had so far made his money from working on the ground, he was already looking to the stars. In March 2002, he established SpaceX, with the goal of colonizing Mars with inexpensive and reusable rockets. He also invested $6 million in Tesla a year later, despite the company having yet to make a single real car. The company at that time consisted primarily of its two founders and a concept for an electric sports automobile. The business intended to modernize the struggling industry by utilizing new lithium-ion batteries, which were both light and energy-dense. Scaling up lithium-ion cells, one of Tesla's key inventions, allowed it to produce an electric vehicle with a much larger range than previous electric cars had been able to do. At first, both businesses were struggling. While Tesla ran into problems when its engineers learned its prototype battery packs were likely to catch fire, SpaceX suffered from numerous failed launches that nearly forced it out of business. But after signing a $1.6 billion contract with NASA in 2008, SpaceX took off, and now it's an important partner on NASA missions. In 2012, Tesla also started producing the Model S, its first mass-market car. Tesla currently dominates the American market for electric vehicles, holding around 2/3 of the electric vehicle market. Elon Musk's net worth has skyrocketed as a result of the latter's stock price. Even though the auto firm is today only valued at about $600 billion, its value rose to more than $1 trillion in 2021. "I built these two companies, and it was extremely difficult to build them," Musk told the media in 2021, referring to Tesla and SpaceX. "Rewarding too, but massively difficult, and I didn't sell the stock in the companies." He added, "My sort of impression was that you shouldn't take money off the table, or stock off the table, that a captain should go down with their ship." Musk owned between 17% and 21% of the company's shares at the time of the start of his Twitter takeover, representing a stake worth in the neighborhood of $150 billion. Musk claims he doesn't believe in selling his shares, but in the last year, he has sold Tesla stock valued at billions of dollars. A tax bill on stock options that were due to expire in August 2022 was one of the factors that led investors to sell their Tesla stock. Musk later told the media that he needed to exercise those options no matter what. In 2022, he also sold more stock before a legal dispute with Twitter. Before he purchased the platform, he sold a chunk of his Tesla ownership for approximately $8.5 billion. After the completion of his purchase of Twitter, Musk sold an additional $4 billion worth of shares, putting his total 2022 share sell-off to $20 billion. Musk tweeted that he sold the stake in order to avoid an emergency sale of Tesla stock if he loses his bid to cancel his $44 billion acquisition of Twitter. At the moment, Musk owns 14.9% of Tesla's outstanding shares, totaling $124 billion. Musk doesn't get a salary from Tesla, but the company has given him option packages for exceeding certain performance benchmarks. Forbes estimates that Musk's stock is worth $176.3 billion when options are taken into account. The majority of his remaining wealth comes from SpaceX, which CNBC estimates to be worth roughly $100 billion. He's also invested in brand new businesses. 2016 saw the founding of Neuralink, a neurotechnology business, and The Boring Company, which excavates tunnels. Both have a current market value of hundreds of millions of dollars. The mentality that made Musk rich may be seen in these two most recent endeavors. Both of these projects are extremely speculative. The Boring Company wants to transform infrastructure, while Neuralink attempts to create telepathic interactions with machines. According to analysts, there is little possibility that either will be profitable in the long run. Yet, Musk makes his living by taking huge risks. The same strategy, which involved investing millions of dollars on unimaginably challenging projects, is what made Musk the world's richest person from a lucky kid with a dot-com fortune. Elon Musk's net worth fluctuates a lot though, because his fortune is mostly dependent on his Tesla stake. That fluctuates with the market. The market value of Tesla has decreased by almost 50% recently as a result of worse than anticipated trading, and it's anticipated that his Twitter acquisition will cost him more money than it'll bring in. Nevertheless, Elon Musk's net worth is greater than the GDP of more than 150 nations and territories. This includes the complete GDPs of nations including Iran, Portugal, and New Zealand.